What's up? It's Special K in the studio with the one, the only. It is Maino.
What's up, baby? How you been?
Hey, I've been absolutely fantastic. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain. I'm on the grind and moving around. I can't complain too much.
No, you can't. You're working with T-Pain. You can't complain.
Yeah. We doing some things.
So the first time that I heard your song, a friend of mine actually was like, hey, have you heard the new Maino with T-Pain? And I'm like, no.
Wow.
Played it for me after we played sand volleyball, like in the parking lot, and I was like, I need to burn that right now, immediately. I have to burn that and get it on the iPod, because it is like one of those songs that I feel like people cannot get sick of.
Wow. Thank you.
And what I want from you is to tell me the process of the creation of the song.
Well, I was coming off a high hater, which was very big for me. And it was like, it was hard because it was like people either want you to make the same record again, or it's hard because that's like a novelty record. And so I was like, man, I gotta do something. I'm building some momentum here. People looking at me. So hollered at told Just Blaze, like, I need something. I had actually recorded another song with some producers from Grand Hustle in Atlanta, called Nard and B. That's a production crew, and the name of the song was called Ready to Go. When Just Blaze heard that, he said, listen, he listened to the beat and he listened to the format of the record and said, you know what, you have a hit record here, but the content of that record was dark. It was about suicide or something like that. It was a very, very, very dark record. So
I was gonna say I like dark, and then you were like, "What with the suicide thing?" And I'm like, I'll just keep that to myself." That hits people too, though. You know.
Yeah. It was very dark, this record here, and he heard it and it was like, you know what? Let me take this record and see what I could do with it. So he kind of took the bass of the record and did the beat over, sped it up, and came up with that hook and all the above. And then when I heard the hook, I was like, wow. T-Pain, it's the only person that could probably pull this off. So we called T-Pain, and it was like, it was it was all good. Then I went in and laid my verses, and it was just, here we are today.
No, okay. Rewind for a second.
All right.
You're like, so we called T-Pain, and then whatever. That was the only, like, if I was like, hey, let's call T-Pain, everyone would like laugh in my face. So how does that even work?
I mean, I pretty much made a name for myself in the game. So I was Maino that just fresh off a high hater, so I wasn't just like Maino from nowhere, So it was like Maino from high hater from New York. He doing his thing, signed Atlantic. Got this record. Just Blaze produced. Just Blaze is fresh off of Live Your Life with T.I. and Rihanna, so it was like he heard it, and they called me. Matter of fact, and he was like, you know what, I'm about to go in for you right now and do it. And he did it, and they sent it back, and it was.
He
crazy.
called your phone.
Yeah. What happened was my A&R was down there with him, because once he agreed to do it, they went down there personally, and while he was down there, he put him on the phone because I had known T-Pain already. You understand? So it wasn't that far fetched. So he heard it, and then when he got on the phone, he told me, he said, listen, I got you. I'm about to go in, and then he laid it down, and they got it back to me, and it was crazy.
So I read an article about you, and what you just said reminded me of what I read in it.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm not trying to do Jay-Z, I'm not trying to do Diddy, I'm not trying to do 50, I'm just trying to do me and perfect what I do.
What I do, exactly.
And that makes me wonder, in your own words, what is it that you do?
I come to the people as the people. I'm not greater than the people. And what I mean by the people, I mean everyday people out there that make us the stars that we are. I give them real music. I give them my life, and in my life is inspiration to the kids that it's in the hoods, whether they be from a hood in Phoenix or a hood in Brooklyn. It's still the same thing. If they can see my life and see that, and they can relate to it, my music is that kind of music that it's like it coincides with my lifestyle, and my lifestyle may coincide with thousands of other kids' lifestyle. Being young, caught up, being in the streets, on the wrong road, feeling hopeless, stuff like that. I know how that feels to be in those streets. I know how it feels to have to call home and need $50 for commissary because you're in prison. Like, I'm hope for that. So this is what I want to bring to the table, you know, with my music.
That is awesome. Almost got goosebumps.
The sales on the single are phenomenal too.
Oh yeah.
Up like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we sell.
55,000
Yeah, no
this
doubt.
week.
Yeah, we sell. We
On
we
iTunes
sell-
and stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
ringtones.
Yeah,
And...
yeah, 250,000 we sold already.
So okay. Now this is gonna get personal right here. The sales and all that stuff, and the checks are starting to roll in. And you said going from like nothing to something.
Yeah.
So from that, what was the big first purchase? You're like, man, I got this check. I have to get what?
You know, my first deal, the first thing I bought was a car.
What kind of car?
This is when the Magnums was hot. I went and bought me a Magnum on my first deal because I was actually signed to Universal back then. That's the first thing I bought was a Magnum, a Dodge Magnum of the year. I think it was like 2005, and I was used to buying cars, but it was just like this is my first legal check right here. Like anytime I went to the dealer, it was with some other kind of money, you know. This is my first real legal check that I'm able to really go somewhere and get it in my name and not have to worry about nobody looking at it or anything. Yeah.
Then what was next? What was like, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm buying this right now.
Nah, I didn't buy. I haven't bought too much. I kind of try to save. You know what I mean? Because we still in the process. The album ain't come out for one, so we not in the safe zone when we making that much money yet. You know, we still in the grind period where we still doing a lot of promo. I mean, we getting the paid shows, we doing our thing, but it's still some growth there before we could just be going out there and spending frivolously. I already got jewelry, I already got cars, I already got, I already had, so I don't need to be going out living beyond my means.
That's cool because I think a lot of people
Nah,
just they see like the dollar signs and they're like, hey,
yeah.
I'm gonna go get a.
You see, they don't understand. Like you get a check for $100,000, that's cool, right? But that $100,000 could go. It's about the income. It's about like if you get a check for $100,000 and you spend $10,000, if you don't have another $10,000 coming back in, like you just subtracting. It's nothing added.
You're in the hole.
You're in the hole. You understand? So.
Not that kind of hole.
What you think about?
Hey, don't worry about me, okay?
I'm worried
Don't worry
about you. I worry about you.
This is so comfortable. No, just kidding. So we're getting to know Maino in the studio. What's one thing that, for people that maybe are just starting to get to know you? You've been on the grind for a while, but for the people that are just starting to get to know you, what do you want them to know about you? About you, like the real you. Like, yeah, you've been grinding, you've been through a lot of crap, but what, about you?
That I'm a very stand-up dude, very honest dude. Like, if you're my friend, you're my friend. I'm riding and dying with you all the way. We going all the way to the end. Like, I'm a friend like you can always count on. Like, I'm not a. Most of my friends, we gonna be friends for life. You stuck with me. We could go through whatever we gonna go through, but we gonna, you know what I mean? Like I'm loyal. I'm not a behind your back kind of dude. You know what I mean? We all have our ways, but I'm definitely a ride or die kind of person. A very loyal dude.
Okay. So when is the album going to drop?
June 9th.
June 9th, and it's
9th.
called
If Tomorrow Comes.
If Tomorrow Comes.
Yeah, If Tomorrow Comes.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and if it does come, we're gonna make our tomorrow better than our today.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, so when were you somewhere when you thought of that, or like you were like, oh, that's it, or did you have to like sit there for like days?
I was locked up. I had read a book with that title, and it was just crazy to me. In the book, the content of the book was about a woman who got framed, and she was just trying to do everything to get back the people that did it to her, and she came up out of nothing. She made it like she got out of jail and put her life back in order, and you know what I mean, and definitely gave it back to the people that did it to her. So she made a promise to herself. She was like, if tomorrow comes, I'm gonna do this. If tomorrow comes, I'm gonna do that. So it touched me because I felt like I was in the same situation.
Yeah, that's cool because I've heard like the saying, if tomorrow never comes.
Yeah.
But if tomorrow comes, it's
if
definitely a little
comes.
more like inspiring. It makes you think a little bit like,
Yeah.
So that's I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
You said wait. What was the date again?
Yeah. June 9th.
June 9th.